123. Testing 123. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. It's the 6th of March. It's 11 a.m. and nothing really happened last night, did it? It was just another day in crypto. We didn't have any spikes. We didn't break all-time highs. And we certainly didn't come crashing all the way down below 60,000. Or did we? It was just one of those days. Reminds me of the ETF launch day where everything just seemed to be liquidated. But we're going to go through that again today. We're going to talk about what happened with the liquidations, why it happened, and why it's a good thing. We're going to go through a new staking ETF being launched by Grayscale. We're going to look at Solana ripped all the way up to over $140. We're going to take a look at that. We're going to look at Bonk, a meme coin most of you have heard of. Market cap at the minute of about 2.3 billion. We're going to have a look at Bonk now being added to more and more exchanges, and not just exchanges, but financial applications on phones. Then we're going to look at the meme hammer. We're going to look at the meme coins that we looked at yesterday. And if you remember my little rant about buying into meme coins, you'll know why we're going to look at it again today. So we've got all of that to go through. And if we have time, we are going to have a quiz at the end of the show. Remember what I said yesterday? The quiz really was for the bear market. We're now in the bull market. We really don't need a quiz at this moment in time. There's too much news to go through. But if we do have time, we will go through it. And remember, if you are new here, we stream every day, 11 o'clock Central European time. Brogan will also be streaming tonight at 9 p.m. Central European time. He'll be doing a live trading show. We stream Monday to Saturday. So whatever you do, the one way you can help us out is smash the like button and give us a follow. That's how you help us out. Now, before we get into anything, let's have a very quick look at the markets. Market cap is up. Even though we had all that volatility, we are up. The volume is off the charts. I don't remember many days in the last few years where we have seen over 250 billion in a day. That is pretty impressive. Bitcoin dominance though, 52.5, hasn't really moved. It was 51.5 for an age, it's now 52.5. ETH dominance is coming in at 18.4. So between them, they still control 70% of the crypto market. Always something to bear in mind when looking at crypto. So 70% of the crypto market is Bitcoin and Ethereum, 50% is Bitcoin. And as we can see, we're having a bit of a retracement. We did go back over 67,000 just before the stream. We are down to 66.5 now. Now this 24-hour gainers and losers, this is going to show us some serious swings over the last 24 hours. Dog with hat, remember, is being added to more and more of the tier 1 exchanges. So this is going to pump. But it already has a market cap of 2 billion. Where is it going to go? We are going to talk about meme coins at the end of the show. Where does it go from 2 billion? It's certainly not going to go to 10 billion. So I don't know what gains we're going to get now from WIF. I don't know how much further it's got. I don't know whether it's got the legs to go any further higher. Uniswap is up 16%. Aptos, Arweave, anything else? Terra Classic is up. Floki is up. And Fetch just keeps on going, doesn't it? It's going to be soon, it's going to be at $2, then potentially $4 or $5. Fetch hasn't given up. And remember my two AI picks. I sound like a stuck record. Fetch and Singularity. At some point, I am going to sell out of both of those positions, but I'm not going to be doing that yet. I've been holding Fetch since 30-40 cents, and the same with Singularity. I will be selling out of them at some point in the future, but just not now. Pepe is up and Bitenza. Now, there are going to be, I imagine, a few losers today. ICP is down, Bonk, Flare, Woo, Ape is down. Remember, ApeCoin is one of my picks for this year because I think they were going to... They're the worst performing Bitcoin in 2023. I've said this a few times already this year. I do think they're going to launch their metaverse this year, and I do think that's going to rip. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but $2 is probably a good price to get into. ApeCoin Gala, again, our kind of medium-term target for Gala is about 6 cents. We've been saying that since about November. Lots of issues in real life with that project, but I think it will come good. And a few others down at the bottom. Nothing really. It's been a bit of a volatile day. And we're going to go through the Bitcoin chart. We're going to go through the Solana chart. And I think we're even going to look at the bonk chart as well. So we have got a few charts to look at as we go through the show. And remember, we are live. So say hello wherever you are. Let us know what you're doing today. Good morning to Hidden Agendas. Diabelski is here. Mags is here. Hidden Agendas is here. I think I've seen a few other people over on the other chat, but one of the chats is just flooded with spam and it's very difficult to get any message. Sonia is here. Good morning, Sonia. I hope you are doing well. Good morning, Tariq. Nice to see you here. I hope you're all doing well. And remember, if I do drop Pepe has 4x'd in the last, I don't know, few days, few weeks. So it's not going to be the same amount of Pepe or SHIB or bonk that I drop because the price has rocketed up and it's costing me 4 times as much to drop it. So just bear that in mind. Now let's get on to the X-Files. Snippets from last night just to show you what kind of chaos we had. Everything happened last night. We had new trading volumes. We had a Bitcoin holder that has held for 14 years sell up. And that's always a good way to start the show when one of the charts goes down. But not to worry, because I believe we have a few others. So for all you newbies out there that just got into crypto and are probably panic selling right now, you've got to look at these days like discounts on your favorite crypto. When you see the whole market down, where everything is red, that means buy, buy, buy. Don't trip, buy the dip. Great words of advice there. Absolutely agree. There were people at the beginning of yesterday when we were getting towards all-time highs thinking, is it too late to buy into Bitcoin? Is it too late to buy into Ethereum and all of the others? It's never too late. There's always going to be corrections on the way up. We spoke about it yesterday. Bitcoin did not go up in a straight line in the last bull run. It did have its corrections. 10% corrections, 15% corrections, 5% corrections were commonplace in the bull run. The leverage that's in the market right now, or was up until yesterday, was extraordinarily high. Incredible number of longs, then an incredible number of shorts, both taken out. Over $1 billion wiped out in 6 hours. It was incredible, but we've seen it before. We saw it on the ETF launch. It happens from time to time. Every month, every 6 weeks, every 8 weeks, there is a flush of leverage and it just clears the decks. So moving forward now, we will see the leverage build up again, but the market is clean. So we're at 66,500, clean leverage. We are merely $2,500 away from all-time highs again. So just in, spot Bitcoin ETF trading volumes surpassed $9.58 billion in one day. Now remember, this is trading volume. This isn't inflows. This is total trading volume. Some of this will be selling as well as buying, of course. BlackRock did incredibly well. Grayscale did incredibly well. Fidelity, these are huge numbers for ETFs. Huge numbers for ETFs. Incredible performance. And Eric, who is my ETF man on X, Eric has come in with an even nicer chart. So they did 10 billion in total volume today, and this is the chart. So this is since the inception of the ETFs. We've seen probably a month or so of low trading volume, and then towards the very end of February, beginning of March, we've seen a real kick on in volume. GBDC, of course, BlackRock dominating. Fidelity is up there, but this volume is insane. And of course, what happened during the dip yesterday? BlackRock went out and bought even more of your Bitcoin at discounted prices. People are going to look back at the $60,000, $61,000 Bitcoin that was the price yesterday, and BlackRock picking it up at that. In 3 or 4 weeks' time, if we're at $75,000, $74,000, they'll have made a 25% gain in a very few weeks. So don't be shaken out. This is the time to hold everything. Good morning, Gianni. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are doing well. Remember, We are now officially, according to Plan B, we are now officially in the bull run. The first red dot has appeared on his chart. This is the end of the accumulation phase, and we're at $66,000. God help us, and God help the people that are trying to predict where Bitcoin is going to go after this. My target of $105,000 for Bitcoin appears to be very foolhardy, appears to be wholly underestimating where we're going to go in this market. So as of the recording and as of the live stream, this article is already out of date, but we have to prepare the show. It's over $1 billion, but at the time of this writing, it was 680 million in liquidations. Hammer Bitcoin bulls as the Bitcoin bulls see a new all-time high, and then it drops. It was to be expected. There's 2 or 3 targets for Bitcoin that when they get to, there will be a retracement. One was the first of the 2 peaks, which was about 64,000. We came to that, we came down again. The other is 69,000, which is the previous all-time high. We're going to come down from that. The next target for me is about 74,000. We're probably going to get somewhere near that and then retrace. So it's not a straight line. Nothing. Everybody wants Bitcoin to be at $500,000 tomorrow. Everybody wants Bitcoin to be at $1 million next week. It doesn't happen that way. You need patience in the market. And that's where the people that stay in Bitcoin hold their hands. Don't sell Bitcoin. Not financial advice, but don't sell Bitcoin, because we are going to see more and more money coming into the ETFs. And we haven't even seen institutional money coming in yet. This is small fry compared to what's coming in to Bitcoin. So let's take a deep breath. Yesterday was a buying opportunity. If you've got Bitcoin at $60,000, you're already 10% up, and that's on Bitcoin. The alts, absolutely hammered. We're going to go through the memes and why my rant yesterday has held so true today. We're going to go through that. But first of all, the liquidations. Why did everybody get liquidated? When everybody expects Bitcoin to go up and there are so many longs placed on the market, it creates a opportunity for whales to manipulate the market, put in sell orders, drive the price down, liquidate all the longs, make the liquidity themselves to help then push the market up. So you see the longs being liquidated, then it comes crashing down, then you see the shorts being liquidated and the price goes surging up. Everybody's liquidated, everybody's out of the market, and people just have, approaching all-time highs for Bitcoin, the one thing you shouldn't have done is long. You should be longing from $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. You shouldn't be longing from $66,000, $67,000. And if you did, and the price came down to 59 or whatever it came down to, we're going to check in a minute, then you were liquidated. And there's not really a lot of advice I can tell you other than maybe don't do it again. Hold the line. So as noted by Bitcoin researcher and advocate Dylan Leclerc, this is how long it took BTC to double in price after passing previous all-time highs. 18 days, 84 days, 10 days, and 18 days. So if we hit 70,000 today or 69,500 today, we could see a doubling in price of Bitcoin within, let's say, 3 weeks. Do I think it's going to happen? No. Bitcoin is a larger cap token than it was 4 years ago or 8 years ago. That has to be taken into account. I know we have this flood of money coming in, but to sit here and for me to tell you that we're going to be at $138,000 in 3 weeks' time is a little bit rich, and I don't think it's going to happen. I think we will push up. Maybe we'll get to 70, 80, 90,000, but I certainly don't expect 138,000 by, let's say, the end of March. I think that would be foolhardy to expect that. My honest opinion is maybe we get there within the next 84 days. So that's 3 months. So 3 months from now would be June. By the summer, we could very well be at that price, but I don't expect it to be so soon. The Bitcoin is a $1.3 trillion asset right now. When we would go back 8 years, it was only a $100 billion, $200 billion asset. it's easier to move that amount of the price action is easy to move at that level. It's not so easy to move right now. It's very difficult, in fact. So the last time Bitcoin broke its all-time high, it tripled in 103 days. If that were to happen again, it would bring Bitcoin to 207,000. Again, I don't want to give advice that we are going to $207,000 within 3.5 months. I don't see that happening. If we get to $100,000, I am expecting huge sell orders at $99,000, $101,000. Good morning, Daniel. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. Remember, wherever you are, smash the like button, say hello, and the most important thing you can do is subscribe. So where do I think we will be then? If we are looking at these predictions of 80,000, 150,000, 200,000. Good morning, Sodacan. Welcome to the stream. Where do I think we will be? Well, first of all, with the amount of money coming into ETFs, the one thing I am not expecting, as I said yesterday, I'm not expecting us to break down to $43,000, $45,000. I don't think it's going to happen. We have these two lines here, and then we have my price target up here. My price target of $75,000. Max Kaiser, by the way, the famous Max Kaiser, he has said 75,000 by Friday. I have got on this chart here, I think we are 74,700. So he's clearly looking at the same graph that I am. Where has this come from? The bull pennant. We've come up. Remember, we've hit the all-time high. We've retraced all the way back. We fell all the way down to 57.5. We wicked down to 57.5. If you'd have picked up your Bitcoin then, you would be up big time. 20% maybe. So we are going to probably recover. I do expect another run at this price today. As soon as the market's open in 4 hours' time, the volumes start to pump in from the ETFs. So over probably the course of the next 11 hours, we should see another run at 69,000. And then the next target is 70,000. Can we break 70,000? If we can, as I said, we're going to go to 74,000. Max Kaiser has said it. I've been saying it since Monday. In fact, since Saturday, I think. So I do expect to run at that. That's why my price target in the bottom right-hand corner is 74,000. I think that's the next logical aim. Now, the problem, once we break $70,000, we are in price discovery. We have no previous on Bitcoin. Let's just remind everybody of where we are. This is the Bitcoin chart. We have broken both of those. We are now in price discovery. Where can we go? Well, some of the numbers are very scary, and I'm not going to give you any kind of outlandish prediction. I've already told you I think it'll be 420,000 by the end of the next bull run if we have the meme culture target. Plan B says 480,000. Other people, a little bit more realistic, are saying 240,000. The only kind of rule of thumb is 4 times whatever we're at the halving. So if we are at 70,000 or 80,000 by the halving, the rule of thumb would say 280 to 320,000. But it's very hard to say. I do think the ETFs have broken the Bitcoin price because the volume coming in is too high. We've covered it all yesterday. I'm not going to go over it again. But I do think by the summer, if all goes the way it's going, we could be looking at some correction along the way like we've had yesterday. I think they'll be short-lived because the ETF volumes coming in are just soaking all up, soaking all of the buy and sell pressure up. Sorry, not the buy pressure, the sell pressure up. So I do expect the ETFs to keep on pumping the market. And irrespective of what we want to do, the only thing that's going to cause a market crash is the liquidations, like we've seen yesterday. And we saw back here when the ETF launched. So for me, moving forward, we could be at a 6-figure sum by the summer. That's only about 4 months away. And where do we go from there? It's hard to say. 100, 200, 300, 400,000 maybe. And then we need to start looking at market caps and how high is Bitcoin going to go? Is it going to hit a $5 trillion market cap? Is it going to hit a $10 trillion market cap? At what point do we then start to look at gold? Remember, I think if Bitcoin gets to the market cap of gold, it will be somewhere, I don't know if it's 500,000 or $1 million. Obviously, that's not going to happen anytime soon, but I do think that 3 figures very soon are on the cards. And then what we need to worry about is what's the sell pressure going to be like from these ETFs? Are people going to start selling their ETFs because they've already made 150% in 6 months? Are we going to see $8 billion a day of outflows, $10 billion a day of outflows from the ETFs? And then is that going to cause a cascade? I don't know the answer to that question because, again, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm giving you my ideas. So although these ETFs are pumping the market, I'm not 1,000% certain on how much the ETFs are going to hold on to that Bitcoin when it does hit $100, $200, $300,000. That's the key. But for me today, $74,000 is still my target for the week. I'm not going to change that. That's just where I think we are going. And we called it last time. There was a bull pennant last time. We hit the price of Bitcoin within $100 of what we said last time. 74,600 is on the cards. Max Kaiser, he's probably got a team that have worked it out as well. 75,000. So I think somewhere in that region this week is definitely doable. And it sounds an awful lot, but remember, it's only a 10 to 15% move. Not even a 15% move. It's a 12% move. And we've seen Bitcoin move 10% in an hour. So it's doable. Now, this is very interesting. This is Grayscale's crypto staking ETF. Brogan is the oracle. Brogan is the oracle, indeed. Brogan is the oracle. Give me 1 second I seem to have flipped my screen. So the Grayscale staking ETF, this only popped up yesterday. I haven't heard of it before now. And although you're not staking your own Bitcoin, sorry, your own Ethereum or Solana, you are, if you have an investment account, you would be able to buy this. You would be able to have it through your investment advisor or your bank or whatever. So it's worth having a look at. Now, there are many, I don't know if any of you have ever looked at Grayscale, but they don't just do Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. They've got multiple ETFs. And it's worth going to look at. It's worth going to see what they've got. They've got a DeFi one that has assets in there that aren't DeFi. It's a crazy pool of funds. They've got their Ethereum and they've got their Bitcoin Trust, which is now an ETF. They all want to convert their Ethereum ETFs, Ethereum Trust to ETFs as well. But we might be next year when looking at that. So the Grayscale Dynamic Income Fund, the GDIF, invests in proof-of-stake native tokens to generate yield and distribute this income to investors per quarter. This is incredibly exciting because the one thing that Warren Buffett will always tell you about gold is great to look at. You can put it in the corner, you can wear it as a ring or around your neck, but it doesn't actually passively make you any income. That's why Warren Buffett will go and buy a farm. He'll go and buy Apple stock. They make things and they make products which generate a yield. Gold doesn't. And Bitcoin, even though it's proof of work and it generates yield for the miners, as an investor who holds Bitcoin, it doesn't make you any money. However, there are other cryptos that you can invest natively into. Cardano, Solana, Ethereum, all pay you a yield for staking to their validators. So we don't need to go through what staking is. We know what that is. So Ethereum is the largest proof-of-stake network. According to Crypto News, 25% of the platform's ETH circulating supply has been locked on its beacon chain. We know about that. So the GDIF will not directly invest in Ethereum staking, but will include 9 proof-of-stake staking assets: Aptos, Celestia, Ethereum, Cosmos, Near, Osmosis, Polkadot, Sai, and Solana. Okay, so as our first actively managed fund, GDIF is an important expansion of our product and enables investors to participate in multi-asset staking through the convenience and familiarity of a singular investment vehicle. I love this. I am not going to lie. I do wear my heart on my sleeve when I tell you things that are terrible, but I also praise things that come up. I understand many of you will natively stake on Solana and Celestia and Ethereum. I get that. But your grandparents and your parents and your uncles and your aunties who don't understand crypto, they don't have access to that passive income. If they buy Ethereum through one of these financial apps on their phone, which is legitimate, by the way, but it doesn't give them the yield. Now, that yield can be looked at in one of two ways. It can be looked at keeping up with the inflation of the token. So although you have more of the tokens are being released into the market. Or you can look at it from the monetary point of view and say you're getting a 4% yield a year. Either way. Now, again, 4% doesn't sound a lot to you because you've probably made 500% on WIF in the last 2 weeks, which is great. But think of this. If Solana is $140 today and it's paying 5%, and that $140 goes to $1,400 and it's still paying 5%, remember, then their income from investing through this fund will increase exponentially over time. So whether it's 4% or 3% of what the value is now, think about what the value is going to be in 5 years' time, because when you're investing in the stock market and investing in funds like this, you're not doing it for short-term gain. You're doing it for retirement and long-term gain. So this is income which is going to increase over time. What was that question I've just seen there? Which project will you vote for on the Dupe DAO? Well, I'm going to have to make a video about that. There are 10 projects that will be released tomorrow. Thursday is the Dupe voting. And for me, well, I've already made a video about 3 of them. And I can't say where the video is for obvious reasons, but I've already made a video about them. And I've already told you in that video which one is my favorite. And I can't remember the name off the top of my head. There's 3 of them. There's an NFT staking or an NFT liquidity. There is an app and there is something else. I can't remember what they are, but I'll give you my opinion in that video, but I'll do another video anyway. So this is great news. I'm not going to spend any more time on this. This is great news, but it's not great news for you. I understand that. It's great news for your family. And that's what you have to bear in mind. When you're in crypto and you're in the trenches, you see things differently to everybody else. You understand how to stake. And you might not stake directly onto Ethereum. You might stake through the exchange that you're on. So you might stake your Cardano or your Ethereum through the exchange that you're using, but it's still staked directly with a validator. Now, that's completely foreign and alien to the average person. And that's what you have to always remember. You are early to crypto. You are early to understanding how all of this works. And because you're early, when somebody comes to you and says, what do you think about this Grayscale fund? Well, you look at those projects, and most of those projects look fine. Aptos, Solana, Celestia, all look good projects. So rather than laugh at them and say, go and do it directly, why would your uncle or your auntie, A, have the ability to do that, and B, want to do it, when they can just go to their bank or go to their financial advisor and say, I'd like to buy $2,000 worth of that Grayscale dynamic investment fund. It's easy for them, and we want people to have multiple ways of accessing crypto. We don't just want them to go on to get a phantom wallet, transfer the money, go to one of the dexes or go onto the validator and stake. It's too much work for them. They don't need to understand it, and they don't have to understand it. So for me, great news. Now, again, please bear in mind the dates of these articles. Crypto is moving really quickly at this moment in time, and it's very difficult when we're in the bear market, it's easy to do this job. It's easy to sit here and tell you what happened yesterday because nothing happens in a bear market apart from the prices go down. But yesterday we saw 69,000 and 57,000 in the same 2 hours. So it's difficult. And you also, I am very critical of people who write articles. A lot of the time I think they're paid to do them, or they're not understanding what's happening. But on other occasions, you've got to understand that when Naga wrote this article, we were at $140,000. It was 5 o'clock yesterday. So there is a battle between BNB and Solana for that 4th place. If we have a look now, I think BNB has probably reclaimed. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the prices here, you'll see Solana is 57.7 billion, BNB is 64 billion. These two are fighting it out for 4th place. I mean, I don't really count Tether as a crypto anyway. It's a stable coin. It shouldn't be there, but neither here nor there. Solana and BNB are vying it out, and at some point Solana is going to overtake BNB, and probably Solana is going to 5x in the next few months, I would imagine, if everything goes the way it's going. So $130 for Solana, still very, very cheap. So it did blow past 140,000. It did gain an awful lot. And also, don't forget, BNB is very slow to gain. It slowly moves up and it slowly moves down. Solana will spike 5-10% in a day, and that's why it keeps hopping above BNB and then falling down. So it did get above $140. Lots of people were very happy. I'm still not overly happy with $140 Solana. I think it should be somewhere near $200. But we've come a long way from where we were this time last year when it was $8. Just bear that in mind. So the milestone arrived on the heels of the Bitcoin new all-time high. Bitcoin's retrace was likely due to market sell-offs. It was likely due to all the liquidations, but we won't hold that against them because we don't know when he wrote this. Traders booked profits and the cryptocurrency faced a resistance wall at all-time high. That is true, it did. It did. Remember, all of those people that bought at 69,000 all those years ago probably sold and probably put in a sell order at 69,000 and forgot about it. And then it all triggered yesterday and it caused the cascading liquidations, which we saw. So Solana hit $140. I do think there is more upside on Solana. I do think it's an undervalued chain considering the volume of traffic, the volume of, you can look at any aspect of Solana, the transactions, the NFTs, the DeFi, the tokens. Look at WIF, look at Bonk, look at a few other coins. I am going to make a video today about another meme coin, which I am going to cover in a video. But again, we've spoken about this before. So for the newcomers, so for the OGs, bear with me while I'll explain it. We have these lovely trend lines on various coins. XRP had one for a while, and Solana has this lovely little trend line where it goes up. I think yesterday I called it the Nest trend. So what we need to see now, really, is something like that, don't we? That's our Loch Ness trend line. I think we're going to stick with that because I can remember it. So that's our Loch Ness trend line. Let me try and move the chart without moving the fibs. So again, where did we wick down to? We wicked down to this trend line. We're currently targeting $143. Now remember, I drew this a long time ago. And where did we hit? Let's get really in there because I am old and blind. We hit 142.77 and our line is 144.77. So we are heading for that line. What is that line? That line will be previous price action over here, previous resistance over here. That's where I got that from. Now, I am not Brogan. Brogan is the oracle when it comes to TA. I am just an old man that uses the basics. I look at the RSI. I look at previous price action. I look at trends. I look at fibs. That's it. And then I'm out. So if we break this line here, what do I think is going to happen? I think we're going to follow the same trend I think we're going to do this. I think we're going to touch it. We're going to come down. We're going to break it. We're going to touch. We're going to retest $174. Probably find some level of resistance there, come down, and then break it. And that will be probably sometime in the summer, which coincidentally is when Bitcoin should be running up past $80,000, $90,000. So to expect $175 Solana is perfectly fine. Also, what is nice to see is we're not getting too far away from the support band. The moving average is down here. Now, this moving average is going to start to come up in a similar fashion to this. So it'll start to do this over time. And this is kind of our safety blanket. This is where we will come down to in a period of retracement. We'll come down here. Now that's only sitting at $87. So that is some ways away from where we are now. But it will move up, and as long as there isn't anything major happening, remember to caveat everything we say on here. If there's a black swan, if there is a conflict, if there is a pandemic, if something happens to the economy, everything will tank. Okay? And that's like the roulette. We are all on a roulette table. We've got black, we've got red, we've got the different numbers, but there's always the chance it lands on 0, and that wipes the board out. And that's the black swan. Are we going to see a black swan? There are black swans from time to time. Some are in crypto, some are macro environmental black swans. But if we did come down to anything, it would be this level here, $87. That would be our that would be our serious level of retracement for me. Galaxy on Solana. Well, I'm a huge Solana fan, and I study most of the projects over there. I haven't done a video about Gary, however. That's one of the things that I do, is if I come across a project which looks good, I will make a video on it. So what I will do after the show, Mr. Crypto or Why Crypto, is I'll go and make a quick look on Gary, and if it looks decent, I will make a video on it. But I do spend most of my time on X looking at Solana, and I haven't seen that pop up, so I don't know the market cap of it. I don't know anything about it, but I'm more than happy to go and have a look. And I've screenshotted the conversation, so we'll be able to go and have a look. So anyway, that's enough on Solana. So for me, the target is let's call it $145. If we break $145 and we stay above $145, then we're going to move up to aim at $175. We'll try and keep them to round numbers. Now, what's that from here? That's probably 11% from here. It's not a big move, really, is it? 11%. And again, I'm not expecting that in a day. Now, again, we're going to move on to talk about a meme coin. We're going to do a little bit of meme coin conversation right now, because yesterday's rant was not aimed at an individual. It wasn't aimed at anybody that's been buying Bonk or, oh my word, go away. Okay, so yesterday I went off and won and said you shouldn't be buying meme coins and YOLOing into meme coins, because at the drop of a hat they can correct and you are left holding the baby, holding other people's liquidity. And I also pointed out that there are certain meme coins which are doing incredibly well. There are certain meme coins which could potentially do very well. And then I said there are meme coins that I think at this stage of the market are coming to the end of their run. I'll go and have a look for you. Absolutely, no problem. So Bonk isn't a meme coin anymore after Robinhood crypto EU listing, member of Crypto's voting council says. So Bonk is up on the week. The listing on Tuesday. I mean, they don't half time the listings, though, the Robinhood. During the most volatile day of the month so far, where do we go? So Robinhood Crypto EU announced on X that Bonk is now live for trading. Bonk is Also on another app, I think it's called Revolut, where they're going to be giving away 20 million bonk or something like that to people that take part in different projects or different project reviews or something like that. Anyway, it was a test run. I think there's only 60,000 people taking part of it. But bonk seems to be getting its foot in the door of mainstream finance. And full disclosure, I reviewed bonk maybe 16 months ago and I slated it. I slated Pepe, I slated bonk. They were meme coins without a reasonable website. They had no market cap. They looked like pump and dumps. The graph looked like a pump and dump. And yes, it did pump and dump. It pumped up and it came crashing straight back down. So did Pepe. Pepe ran up, and then some of the developers ran off with, was it $20 million, $21 million or something like that. So although I was right, they've managed to outlive the meme tag, if you like. And they're just getting everywhere. They're on the Saga mobile phone. Also got the massive exposure. Remember, the mobile phone at the time was $450. The Solana mobile phone was $450. And at one point, you were getting $600 worth of bonk. And you were getting, I can't remember what you ended up with. It was about $800 to $1,000 worth of airdrops on the Saga mobile phone. And a big chunk of that at one point was bonk. So the phone sold out, and then version 2 was launched, and that's also sold out. So bonk kind of came around at the right time to save the Solana mobile phone because it wasn't selling. I did an article on here telling you how nobody was buying it. They'd only sold 6,000. Then bonk did the airdrop. Then they sold out. Then they did version 2. They sold out. So bonk is getting under people's skins. It's getting onto apps. It's getting into the press. It's got a funny name. It is a meme coin, but it's no longer a meme coin. SHIB is no longer a meme coin. I think we need a new category called community coin. And bonk and SHIB are now community coins. Doge, for me, is dead in the water, and it has been 4, 5, 6 years. It's done nothing. I'm not a fan of Doge at all. But with bonk, so they've announced that bonk will be trading on here. Bonk is also available on every platform that you're watching me on. It also took to its official account to announce this. So they've also going to launch the first public bonk ecosystem game, Moonwalk Fitness, which will be launched yesterday. The fee will be 1.234 million bonk. Now, I've no idea how much that is right now. I imagine probably about $40. So again, they're just doing things. That's the thing that I don't get about Doge. It doesn't do anything. You look at what is going to be launched by SHIB this year. Everything. You look at what they did last year. They made a few mistakes. Who cares? They made a few mistakes. They fixed the mistakes. They rectified them. They've got all kinds of things going on in SHIB. Now, bonk is a $2.2 billion project. $2.2 billion project. But the price action is insane, which is why I was saying yesterday, please don't go and chase all of these meme coins. You're going to get burnt. Your $100 is going to become $20 or $30, and you're just going to get stung. And for me, if you're going to buy into meme coins, you want to allocate a tiny fraction of your portfolio to do that. And I'll explain why. Let's go and have a quick look at the chart. So look what happened in the last few days of bonk. We came all the way up here, which was on Monday. We came all the way down here, which is Tuesday. And now we're here. So bonk is like your first line of attack. They're the cannon fodder that you send into battle. And when there's a correction in the market, Bonk is going to be the first one to get it in the neck. People will sell it to Solana. People will sell it on exchanges to USDC, whatever it might be. So you're going to see this huge level of volatility. Now, I try and do this. It never works for me. It's never going to work, is it? Nope. Never mind. I will learn how to do that one day. It retraced an awful lot, but it's still in this upwardly mobile path. And I'm not going to back against Bonk. We're in a bull market. So whatever I say about the prices of meme coins coming down should be taken with a pinch of salt. Bonk is getting adoption. So the price of Bonk is likely to rise. So where is it likely to rise to? Well, this is where we're going to go on to the meme hammer. I couldn't fit what I wanted to fit, so it's now the meme hammer. But what this is basically, this is what I was going through yesterday. Now, memes, when I made this article, were down 25% in one day because of the market correction. Now, if you are new to crypto, this is going to be terrifying. And that's where another warning comes in, is you need to understand that your meme coin can go from $100 to $20 to $300 all in the same week. It just happens. And if you're not used to that, it's going to scare the pants off you. And I get that. It is scary. If you buy Bitcoin, Bitcoin will move 3 or 4% in a day. Over the course of the day, it might go up 8%, down 10%, up 7%, and finish the day down 3 or 4%. Meme coins don't even begin to look at that. I mean, let's just look at some examples. Obviously, this is the entire meme coin market, so there's going to be some really low caps in here. Some of them are up 100% in a day. Others are down 35, 23%, 20% in a day. Bonk is down 14% in a day. So you've got to understand that when you come towards meme coins, they are going to wreck you on day one. They're going to make you a millionaire on day two. They're going to make you a 10% profit on day three. That's just how they work. So your mindset has to understand that this is a roller coaster and it's also a highly speculative gamble. And we don't recommend buying meme coins on this channel. We do videos about meme coins, and we also tell you how we would approach meme coins. But in our portfolios that we have, you know, we've got the $15,000 portfolio. I've got my personal portfolio. I don't hold any meme coins. I've got some, what's it called? When, which was airdropped. I've got a little bit of Bonk that I swapped some shrapnel into. I own one Doge, and I give out SHIB. That's it. I don't hold them in my portfolio, but it would be remiss of me to completely ignore meme coins. So why I'm going to do this now is I'm going to show you where meme coins are going to go, in my opinion, over the next 18 months. And that is, SHIB is going to become the #1 meme coin. And it's not technically a meme coin, but we're going to give it the title meme coin. It's going to overtake Doge, and it will overtake Doge very soon, up until the point where Doge is given the X, the Twitter. We're going to call it Twitter because X makes no sense to anybody. When Twitter makes Dogecoin the tipping feature of Twitter, Doge will surge. Maybe it will go to 50, 60 cents. It will surge. Now, the price target for me for Doge was 19 cents. We absolutely hit it on the nose, I think, if I go and check. CoinMarketCap knows when I'm streaming, and it knows to just be awkward and slow for the time I'm streaming. Let's go over this period of time. Here we go. So there we go. We hit 20 cents, 19.9 cents, and that was my target for Doge, and we've retraced, and we did retrace for various reasons. One was, of course, that 19 cents was major resistance, and the other was, of course, the market correction yesterday. But anyway, Doge for me, 60 cents, 70 cents, would give it a 75 to $100 billion market cap for a meme coin. Totally outrageous. Absolutely, totally outrageous. And SHIB will probably go to 25 to 30 billion market cap in the next few days, as long as Bitcoin continues to go up. So SHIB will become number one. Then, and this is the interesting part, which of these meme coins down here are going to start to move up? Which of these meme coins are going to enter the top 20? Well, that comes down to trading volume. Now, during the last 3 or 4 days, we've seen Pepe, we've seen Bonk, and we've seen WIF all pump. Why? Because they are listed on all the major exchanges. Now, WIF, I was trading WIF based on Brogan's recommendations about 3 weeks ago, and I think I bought it at 26 cents and sold it at 42 cents. It's now $2.07. Bonk, Pepe, and SHIB all have a psychological advantage over WIF, over Doge, and that is the price of the coin. To the uninitiated, and I said this yesterday, I'm not going to repeat myself, to the uninitiated, they can go out and buy $10 worth of these tokens and own millions of Pepe and Bonk and Shiba. And for somebody that's new to crypto, they look at Bitcoin and they go, $69,000 for one Bitcoin, that's really expensive. Not understanding that they can buy $10 worth of Bitcoin. So what do? They go and buy meme coins because they can get all of these meme coins. That's the next advantage that they have over Bitcoin and Ethereum. Even Ethereum is now $3,500. You're not going to go and buy Ethereum. You know, if somebody said to you, do you want to buy Solana at $130 or Ethereum at $3,500, people are going to go and buy Solana. And that's not down to anything other than education. And that's where people need to understand market caps, because market caps are a fundamental reason why you shouldn't be buying Dogecoin when it's at an $80 billion market cap, because it's a ridiculous thing to have Dogecoin at 80 billion. It doesn't do anything. It's a meme coin. It's worth more. Think of it this way. Doge will be worth more than Twitter when it's added as a tipping feature. It's ludicrous. It's being printed into infinity as well because it's proof of work. SHIB has a burn mechanism. It's not going to make a massive difference, but it has one. Pepe has a considerably lower market cap, as does Bonk, as does WIF. So if I had to pick 2 meme coins to back, it would be Pepe and Bonk. I'm not saying buy them today because they've already pumped up hugely, but they would be the 2 I would buy that are at that level. And then down here, you have an awful lot of other coins. Myro is going to be big. Trump is going to be big. Trump is going to be big because Donald Trump is more than likely, as the days go by, Donald Trump is going to win that election. So people will buy that coin because what's going to happen is this coin is going to get to a $500 or $600 million market cap. Then it's going to appear on some exchanges. Then it's going to get to maybe $1 billion or an $800 million market cap. Then it's going to be added to the tier 1 exchanges because it's a joke coin. Then it goes to 2 billion. So suddenly you've 7x'd that project. It's got a tiny supply, which is 42 million. Got a tiny supply compared to the rest of them. So MAGA is going to pump, and then further down here you've got these other kinds of coins. You've got Coke, and I'm not going to pronounce it either way. You've got When is likely to pump. When is being added to exchanges today, so When is going to pump. And then you've got SNEC, which is on the Cardano blockchain. That is likely to pump because it will pump when Cardano pumps. And then you're really getting into real meme coin culture down here. Coins that I've never even heard of. So for me, what you want to do, I'm going to give you my non-financial advice. Pick 5 meme coins. Pick 2 biggies like Pepe and Bonk. Then pick 3 coins from down here which have the potential to 5x. So, or even 10x, should I say. So Myro, for example, Trump, for example, and then maybe when. Now, if you've got $100, let's say your portfolio is worth $20,000. Take $100 and put $20 into each of those tokens. And then just watch them, because that's your play money, that's your bit of fun. If one of them rips out of those 5, you will make all your money back and change. So you need 1 in 5 to be a success. SHIB, Pepe, Bonk, Doge, WIF, they're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to go anywhere. They're too big now to go anywhere. They're not going to go to 0. However, these ones down here, Trump, Myro, when could very well go to 0 because they've got smaller market caps. Trump, I would certainly be selling that in November or December when the election is, because that's probably when it's going to be at its all-time high. And that's how I would play the memes. I would put in money that you're happy to lose, money that you don't care about, and money which could moon. Put it that way. It could moon. It could go to the stars, or it could go to 0. That's how I would play meme coins. And the thing I said yesterday, which I'm gonna reiterate. Please, for the love of God, do not start to put bigger and bigger amounts of your portfolio into meme coins. It's never going to end well, because at the first sight of a correction, the meme coins get killed first. They are the ones that are sold off first. Think about it logically. You hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Bonk. The market starts to correct. The price of Bitcoin comes down 5%. You think to yourself, oh, I've made a lot of profit off Bonk. I'm going to sell that and I'm going to buy Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin, the price is held up a little bit more, or Ethereum is held up a little bit more, or even Solana is held up a bit more. And Bonk is the first thing to be sold. It's like the weakest kid on the football team. It's the kid that just gets picked last. In this case, Bonk would be sold, or Pepe would be sold. That's something to bear in mind. Also, at what point do you sell? So it's all well and good buying them. You should have an idea in your head of when to sell them. So if you put $20 into Bonk and it goes to $100, you should be taking $50 or $60 out of Bonk, and that's 3x your money. Then, if it goes to 0, who cares? A good example of that, I own a token which I won't name right now, and I sold $1,000 of it on Monday, and that $1,000 was probably about $200 worth of investment that I sold for $1,000. So I 5x'd. And what happened was the price then went up another 10%. And it didn't really bother me because I'd taken some profits off the table. Then what happened yesterday was the price has corrected and it's now less than what I sold it for. Now, I'm not saying I'm a trading genius. What I'm saying is, don't regret selling for a profit. It doesn't matter if Bonk does a 6x from here. If you're 500% or 400% up already, you should be taking profits, because these are not serious coins. These are meme coins. Bitcoin is different. Ethereum is different. Long-term value appreciation coins. Bonk and Pepe and SHIB are great to play with. Great to make some money on. And yes, hold your $20 worth or your $50 worth, whatever it might be. But please don't have 50% of your portfolio in meme coins. Unless there are degens out there on Twitter who hold all of their money in Solana meme coins. And fair play to them. But remember one thing, for every one person that has made $10 million out of meme coins, there are 10,000, 100,000 people that have all lost $10, $200, $500. You only fixate on that one person that's made the money. You don't realize there are tens of thousands of people who've lost for that one person to win. And that's what you should bear in mind. It's not quite as bad as the lottery in terms of randomness, because some of these guys are superb at what they do. But you have to be very lucky to catch 3 or 4 massive wins out of 10. You're doing incredibly well. You're never going to get 10 out of 10. And if you are, you're that one person that's on Twitter with a $10 million meme portfolio. Remember the Doge Millionaire guy? The Doge Millionaire guy had, was it 3.6 or $36 million worth of Doge at the peak? He never sold it, and then it came all the way down to about $1.2 million, something like that. And what's going to happen in the next probably 2 or 3 years? His portfolio is going to go back up again. Doge will probably hit $1. He'll sell and make himself his $40 million profit, and he will be all across the press, the guy that held Doge from 28 million to 1 million to 40 million. But that's one person. And yes, I'm not saying don't go and try it yourself. I'm sure you'll be able to get away with it, and I'm sure you'll have fun trying to do it. But don't rely on meme coins to make your money. The longer you're in crypto, the more money you should make. And when I mean length of time, I mean multiple cycles. 2, 3, 4 cycles in crypto will make you very rich. But bear in mind, that's 12 years, that's 10 years you have to be in crypto to make your money. It's not going to make you rich overnight. If you came into crypto in June last year and you bought an $16,000 Bitcoin, then you've done very well. You've 4x'd your money, and you're more than likely going to 10x it in the next 2 years. Fantastic. If you've been in the last cycle and this cycle, moving forward, maybe one more cycle after this, and then you've really made your money. So you have an accumulation phase, then you have an appreciation of wealth phase, and then you have your rich sell-off phase. So 3 cycles really, and that's 10 to 12 years depending on when you moved in to crypto. And don't think, for the majority of people, you'll be wealthy after one cycle, but you won't be rich. And I think that's where a lot of people get overly caught up in these meme coins, that they can buy and sell these meme coins and make an absolute fortune, and they can't. It's very rare that they do. Anyway, let's very quickly go and have another look at Bitcoin before we go. It's 12:02. As I've said, I'm not going to be doing the quiz for the next few days. There's too much to talk about, and I don't want to overrun the show too much, because I am trying to balance doing the live show with making videos. And believe it or not, the extra 20 minutes I get to work on videos is it makes a huge difference in my day. So just to recap, I think we're going to have another run at 69,000 today. I do expect us to be at 74,000 by the end of the week, and if that happens, then I do think that this weekend we're going to have a good run on alts, because what could probably happen is Bitcoin will come up here, maybe break, and maybe do this for a few days. Remember, we talk about Bitcoin going up in steps. That's what we really want for Bitcoin, because it creates a nice pattern that we can follow. It gives this bull market support band time to curve up. And if we do have a huge correction, this is our support line. So the longer we go making these nice movements up, the better. What I certainly don't want to see in Bitcoin over the next couple of months is a God candle. I don't want to see us do this, because this will probably be down here somewhere, and that's a long way down, and that's going to scare an awful lot of people. If we go from 92,000 to 70,000, it's going to scare the pants off people. But that's only a 30% correction. So that's what I'm expecting. What do I think about WLD? WorldCoin, Mugai, I cannot stand the project. I am not a fan. Your personal freedoms and your personal liberties are more important to me than a project that is trying to harvest people's IDs. They are closely connected to the World Economic Forum, and that fills me with dread. And the only reason the coin has pumped in the last few months is because of OpenAI and Sam Altman. So I'm not a fan of the project. I did cover the project. I've made a video about it on my channel telling you not to buy the project. And that's me having a clear conscience. If you want to trade the token, fine. but I don't like the project. I think it's a private company taking the details of citizens without the governments understanding the true nature of what they're doing. So I'm not a fan of WorldCoin at all, and I'll never back that token. I want that token to go to zero. I'm not a fan, and you know what? Sam Altman being sued by Elon Musk is the best thing to happen, because hopefully he'll expose them for what they really are, which is, rather than trying to build an open source AI project, they have sold the souls to a blue chip company, and not a fan at all. Anyway, it's been a great show. We have had an awful lot of people watching, which is great. So what I'm going to do, I am going to leave you now. I'm going to make a video about a new meme coin, and I'm also going to go and have a look at the project that the gentleman left in chat, which was Galaxy. So I'm going to have a look at that. I'm going to make a video about Fantonium, or Fantium it's called, which is a new meme coin. I'm going to make a video about that. So a big thank you to you all. It's 12:05, 12:06 now, according to my clock. So we've been going for an hour. So a big thank you to you all. Remember, if you're new here, like and subscribe to the channel. We will be back tomorrow at 11 o'clock. We will be back on Friday at 11 o'clock and on Saturday at 11 o'clock, 6 days a week at 11 o'clock. And tonight, there is a live trading show with the Oracle Brogan. He will be going through some charts. He's just had a 75% trade on Pyth last night. I will get him to put that into chat. Remember to check the details. We have multiple places. We have a Telegram group, and we are also on a very large video streaming platform. So all you need to do, go to Google, type in Crypto Warehouse, and you will be able to find us. So until then, everybody, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the morning.